Hey all, what's going on? Let me show you my CD collection. It's been a couple days I've done this. I was going to put them on the YouTube channel. Part 1 is going to be first. Let's go ahead and start off. So I have AC/DC. Now, these are a couple Rush CDs I already have. I've never done a video on the new pickups yet because Rush is a good band. So the first row, we have AC/DC. So I start out here. I'll show you what I have. So I have AC/DC High Voltage, AC/DC Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, their second album. Now Highway to Hell, Back in Black, their best album. AC/DC Live. I'm going through the series and playing all my CDs. Ballbreaker and the Black Ice. That's it for AC/DC. Let's go and move on to one of my favorite bands here, Aerosmith. The debut album, Get Your Wings, Rocks, Greatest Hits, Done with Mirrors, Classics Live 1, Permanent Vacation, Classics Live 2, Gems, Pump, Get a Grip, 9 big ones, 9 Lives, and the Devil Got News Guys, and the 20th Century Master. Now that's it for Aerosmith. Let's go ahead and move on to Edema, the debut album. Now Edema, the thing about Edema is I love their debut album a lot, but their CDs are very tough to come by, so I definitely want to get more. Now we're getting into a band that I really enjoy. Bryan Adams. Cuts Like a Knife. Reckless. So far, so good. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands, Adele. So I only own 21. Probably your most popular, but at least it has Rumor Has It, which I love. The first track is actually cool. Now we're moving on to one of my favorite bands, Alice in Chains. Facelift, the debut. Like gives away Sap, I think. Yeah, Sap. Dirts. Jar of Flies. The Greatest Hits album. Their Unplugged CD. Greatest Hits. Black Gives Away to Blue. The Dumbfoot Dinosaur and Rain or Fog. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands here, the Allman Brothers. Obviously, there's a lot. Got the debut album. Eat a Peach. Will the Draw. Seven Times, Shades of Two Worlds. A Decade of Hits. Where It All Begins, the one that's playing in the background. It's one of my favorite Allman Brothers records. Great album. Man God, now we're on to Anthrax, Sound of White Noise. Now we're on to one of my favorite bands of all time, Asia. AFA, their second album. Now we're on to Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes, her debut, Crucify, and Under the Pink. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands, Audioslave. The debut album, Out of Exile, and Resolutions. Now we're on to Audioslave, the debut. Arcade Fire, their debut album. Their Best of Avenged Sevenfold. Now we're getting into the Beast, B-52s, Cosmic Thing, and Road. Bad Company, 1006, Holy Water, Mancology, and Anthology. This is a Merciful Dental live album. Now we're getting in Blood of Horses, their debut. Just least year they were born, 06. Bare Naked Ladies, Maybe You Should Not Drive. Born on a pirate ship, and Everything to Everyone. Mom. Me and Dad surprised Faye and we called her to sing happy birthday. I said, this is going to be a special song just for you. I said, I know it's your birthday, so I was going to sing it all to you. And I sang happy birthday. The Best of the Beach Boys. How are you doing? This is 600 tracks and Party, Today and Summer Nights, and Today and Summer Days and Summer Nights, Pet Sounds, and the Greatest Hits, which I bought this year. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands of all time, Beastie Boys. Licensed to Ill. They've never released a self-titled album. I don't know what's wrong with them. Beatles, Hard Day's Night. Beatles for Sale. Got a ton of Beatles here. Also one of my favorite bands. Help. Rubber Soul. Sgt. Pepper on the Arca Band. Magical Mystery Tour. The White Album. Now we're gonna move over here. But these don't have. I love these. I love all these over here. Let me move my cassette tape over here. I'll start my cassette tapes up here. All right, everything. I'm gonna do it after I move onto the shelf. All right, moving on to this third shelf here. There's some good stuff on this shelf here. The Beatles. White Album Disc 2. Abbey Road. Past Masters. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands. With the BC. Anthology 1 and Anthology 3. Beatles is one of my favorite bands, so I've got a lot. Anthology 3. Yellow Submarine, I guess. Beatles 1. Get Back, and their mystery sound, Let It Be. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands of all time. Bee Gees. Greatest. Beck, All the Way, and Sea Change, yeah. Good Beck stuff. Now we're getting into a Chuck Berry. Here I just have one Chuck Berry on the collection here. On the 1000 collection there. Got a lot of good music coming up. Now we're getting into Blink-182. Now, I don't have their debut, which is Buddha. I'm not a big fan of Buddha, but I love them. Treasure Cat and Dude Ranch. Now, here's a band. I love all their albums. The Black Crowes. Let's see. I've got over 10. There's 4, 5, 6. I got 6 Black Crowes CDs in my collection. I plan on doing a video doing these collection one day. So, Shake Your Moneymaker. The Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. Amorica, my favorite Black Crowes album. By Your Side. 361 Charm. By Your Side. Greatest Hits. Blondie, Pat Benatar, Our Crimes of Passion. Big Shots. And her Greatest Hits. Now we're getting into Blondie. Best of Blondie and No Exit. Album and a compilation. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands of all time. Blind Melon. Their debut. And Soup. They have another one detail, which I just don't have yet. Blind Melon, Blue Traveler. You got the debut album, Travelers and Thieves, which actually is one of my favorite albums of all time. Art. It's one of my favorite Blue Traveler records. It's got like 1 CD of the best stuff. 4, Saturday on the Morning. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. New Jersey. Definitely want to get a great sense of Bon Jovi to have my full Bon Jovi stuff in here. I'm more of a newer Bon Jovi fan of the 80s stuff. But I listen to. You should know I'm a big Bon Jovi fan if you've been watching this channel for a couple years. Let's see where I'm put the stool. Maybe over there next to my bed. I'm all about the shape and cell phone collection. Put that one over there for right now. Alright, let's see. You're gonna get it. Keep the Faith. Crossroads. These Days. Crash. Bounce. Now we're getting into Bon Jovi, Have a Nice Day. Lost Highways. The Circle. My favorite Bon album. And Slippery When Wet. And Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. Now that's their 2016 album. This house is not for sale. Forget. That's Boston, their debut album. Don't Look Back, Walk On. Just the hits. So I can have some more Boston in my collection. Now we're getting into David Bowie. Best of Bowie in Reality. I used to have like 16 CDs, and I used to have that one too. I have this CD here, Kate Bush of Choose. Bush 16 Stone, Razorblade Suitcase. Now we're on to Michael Bolton, The One Thing. BMCSK. This is one of their albums, which I've never heard this very often. I think this came out in 01, so it's almost 23 years old. Lindsey Buckingham, Greatest Hits. Now we're getting into one of my favorite bands here, which I love this band, which is Kate. Fashion Night, pulling right. Now, Candlebox albums. The debut, Lucy, Happy Pills. I'm going to show you my cassettes and LPs at that time. I'm going to focus on my CDs and cranking the vehicles up. Okay. We got some Cars here. The debut album, Greatest Hits, Door to Door. The Casting Crowns, and Ultimate Until the Well We World Hands, and Come to the Well. My favorite Casting Crowns album. Now we're getting into Cheap Trick in color. Lap of Luxury, All Shook Up, and others have. Here's a great set for Cheap Trick. The next band is Chevelle. So here's Wonder What's Next, my favorite release by this band. These type of things can do us in, as well as their most recent 2011 album, Heads Off to the Bowl. Maybe a little bit before we get into the Chicago and Robert Cray collections. We have Chicago, Trust Authority, Chicago Greatest Hits. I love Chicago. Now we're getting into one of my favorites here, which I have the Chicago Hits compilation. I have Chicago Robert Cray, Cinderella, Once Upon a, and Greatest Hits. There's a cassette rack over here. I need to try to move it. Oh, come on. Alright, that's good. I was gonna put my cassette racks underneath here so I can put the camera. Got a couple more to move. 2 more. 1 second, y'all. And then I'll have to move the camera. We're about to move on to where we're at to Cinderella. Pretty sure. I do have a lot of CDs to show. Okay, next moving on to this over here. So, I think we were on to Robert Crace. Kelly Clarkson, Thankful. Now we're getting into one of my favorite bands of all time. Artist. He's a male artist. His name is Eric Clapton. I've got all his CDs pretty much. Of the good ones here. Slow Band. Timepieces. Behind the Sun, decent album. August. Journeyman, favorite. 24 Nights. Unplugged. From the Cradle. The Kramer Collection, which I really love. It has all his greatness on there. Pilgrim. Blues. Ride Up with the King. Clapton Chronicles, that's Eric Clapton. Now we're getting into one of my favorites here. More Claptons. So we have B.B. King, Robert King, Reptile, and The Road to Escondido. Now here's another band that I don't really have too many from. The Clash, Sandinista, and Cocker. Now Joe Cocker's up next. I've only got his compilation. Mr. Cody and Canberra. Now Collective Soul, one of my favorite bands. Got the first 6, of course. Their best ones, I should say. Hence Allegations, Leave What's and Set. Their self-titled album. Discipline Breakdown. Dosage, my favorite Collective album. Blender. Greatest Hits. My second favorite Collective Soul album, Youth. And Afterwards, man, there's some good tunes on here. Hollywood's a really good track. If you never heard of Joe Cocker, Greatest, Phil Collins, he saw you like that CD. Now Concrete Blonde, Blood Flowers, and then Ultimate Hollywood. Now Counting Crows. Here's August Everything After, their debut. Do I like Counting Crows? Yes, I do. This Desert Life, another one of my favorite albums. And my favorite Counting Crows CD. That about gets very best stuff. Now we're getting into Covered Up Page, the debut. Now Creed, I love Creed. These 3 albums rock. So we got My In Prison, Human Clay, and Weather, and Weather's my favorite. And this is Greatest Hits. Now we're on to Creedence. Bayou Country, Chronicle 2. This is actually Greatest Hits. It's called Playlist. All my Creedence there. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands, which I've completely loved since I used to be younger. I used to enjoy this artist a lot more than that. But when I was younger, I used to listen to music all the time. So I have a lot of CDs and cassette tapes that I've got a lot of CDs that I grew up listening to. We're moving on to Sheryl Crow next. So Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Remember, now we're on to Sheryl Crow. Decent amount. Yeah. Tuesday Night Music Club. If it makes you happy, kind of like EP. I don't have her that has it on it, which I need. I can't remember the name of this one. This is Come On, Come On. And this is Icon. Now, Alice Cooper classics. These Icon CDs rock. I love Icon. Now we're getting into one of my favorite bands, Coldplay. Of course, I love Coldplay. Parachutes, their debut. Rush One to the Head. Coldplay Live. X and Y. Viva La Vida. Nothing Honest Friend, personal favorite, and Ghost Stories. Now, another band that's pretty good, Tracy Chapman and Carlos in the beginning, The Cult. Okay, Electric. Now, I love this album a lot. One of my favorites in the collection. Okay, now here's another band that are getting into the D's. Start with Dan Yankees. Got the debut. Adamila. This is The Darkness. Hotcakes. Now there's some more rock. I know there's some more hard rock fans. These are the debut. 2. Now, Deep Purple. Here's their most recent album, which I've just kept Kitty playing. Now we're on to Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water, and now we're on to Def Leppard. I've got a bunch of their CDs. So I got Power Mania, of course. Adrenalize, definitely one of their best. The Greatest Hits, Rock Invasion, the Question. Volt's a good CD. I'll pull it out here. And Mirrorball, Live and More. Now let's maybe a little bit before we get into the rest of the Def Leppard and continue my D collection. The Many Faces collection, and this is Diamond Star Halos, their most recent album. Now we're getting into one of my favorites here. This is the Dirt Charts Band. I can't remember the title for this one. This is a good CD if you haven't really heard this. You would like, I'm more of a deeper. I'm more of a, okay, here we got some Dire Straits. Of course, we got the debut. Communicate. Brothers in Arms, On Every Street, and Sultans of Swing, the very best of Dire Straits. The 16 songs, the last 2 are live songs, which On Every Street, Heavy, Walk, I think that's Brothers in Arms. It's pretty much got every Dire Straits song that you need. Stirred, Cygnus, and 10,000 Fists. Now, Dixie Drags and Dawkins. So Dixie Drags only on one, which is called Bringing Back Alive, I think. Dokken, Beast from the East. I love Dokken. Now, here we got some Doobie Brothers. Once Now Voices and Now Habits. Best Ever Greatest, that's how we're going to say it. And Minute by Minute. Now, of course, we have Derek and Dominic's Layla, Another Sort of Love Songs. Here we got some Doors, 4 Doors albums. Of course, we got the debut. Got it. Soft Parade, Morrison Hotel, LA Woman. Now we're getting into another one of my favorite bands, Driving and Crying. Whisper Something, I've got just some dirt, something else falling into me. Dream Theater, I love their stuff. Images and Words, a great album. Scenes from Memory, 6 Degrees of Turbulence, Systematic Chaos, and this is their most recent album from 2009, Black Clouds and Seven Light. Now, I love them, but I want to get mainly Awake through I need to wait through Black Cloud and Summer Lions and see. Let me go ahead and let you go. Alright, bye.